6 pillars of faith. The righteous should always remember Lot's wife. Be careful about looking back. The messenger said to us, many of those who was behind him, he said, "You're out of the grave, stay out of the grave." I have many times used some of my experiences while dead as teaching aids. It's not because I miss none of that stuff. I don't. It's like when you heard me playing that song that when I was 12, listening to the party lights and all that kind of thing. I was just letting you understand that you needn't think that you experiencing something with this world that I didn't experience. But I don't miss it. The righteous is the salt of the earth. Therefore, Lot's wife is called a pillar that the salt of the earth should remember. Because if the salt loses its saltiness, there's nothing to resalt it with. Once you lose your faith, it ain't coming back. Because the only thing that could bring it back, you've already called a lie. So, suit yourself. But in the book of, it's all through the book. But I like the way that the 10th chapter of Jeremiah and he goes straight to the point. I remember the messenger taught on that when a messenger is chosen, that the 12 go into council to see if he's up to the job. I'll teach on what that means pretty soon. But anyway, the Jeremiah says in the the 10th chapter, did I say chapter 10? Yeah. In the, I want you to know that, these are hidden truths that people, it was not to be made known until my arrival. And so it just called hidden manna. And even the way that it's worded there, hidden in a book that people didn't know what was talking about. What is that? Manna. And so Allah, he kept his word after Abraham's seed was afflicted, he knew that the affliction would create the mortal for he caused the affliction. Allah himself did. He gave them power over us. As when he said, I'm gonna remember, Allah is always the best knower. He said, I'm going to place a ruler in there. And he, same time, told Abraham, your seed gonna be afflicted by this mischief-making ruler that he's gonna place. And when I get to be an old man, I'm gonna make a people that will rule you. So he placed a ruler in that earthen vessel that he made. It's white people. And they were terrible from their beginning. They never was righteous. The devil ain't no fallen angel. He never was that. He was always the angel of the bottomless pit. And we sent him into Europe. EU means hillside, and rope is to bind in. And he was kept in there until he went savage to make sure that he'd be terrible from his beginning. And then we sent Musa in there to bring him out and appoint him as a ruler. And we've cultured him and cultivated him so he could go and get Abraham's seed. And that's why it gives you a little hint who the Lord is. It says, in all of their affliction, he was afflicted. And so, we suffered what you suffered because we are of you. You finding out now that all of the human beings are of one blood, which does away with all this stuff about blood ties and all of that kind of stuff. We all family. So so you got another little hint there. It said when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, Satan came too. Who was he? One of the sons of the Lord, sons of God, the son of perdition. And you notice you followed him and look at your condition. The world followed him and the world is in a damnable condition. He's the son of perdition. And that's the light that he gives you. You think you are ascending upward, just like when you go to the rifle range, he teaching you how to run to take the rifle, and you think you ascending up, and all you actually doing is going down. For you learning how to do something that God said don't do, which is going to take you down. And so that's what he teaches you. He teaches you how to go wrong. And he makes that seem right by the way he packages it. And so because I'm here to bring an end to it, that means I'm here to bring an end to you if you don't change. So, because when the time comes, your color ain't gonna mean nothing. What's in your heart is what's gonna count. So you can believe me or not, but it's nearer than you think. If it wasn't, things wouldn't be being made so clear. Yes. So you better concentrate on your salvation. So been hidden in these books. Remember, Jesus said the kingdom of heaven. Well, it says, Our Father who art where? Thy kingdom come. You've been praying for something to come that you wasn't ready to see. And so you've been, you sure you want to see that? So now you better get ready. Because the kingdom is knocking on the doors. When you see all these things, know that the end is near, even at the doors. And I'm at the doors, opening them up now. You notice each one of these, a book is like a door. You notice the pages swing back and forth just like a door. Likewise, there's 66 books in the Bible, even at the doors. So we are not here playing no game. This ain't no game. This is the end of the world. It's a great and a dreadful day. The great and dreadful day of the Lord. It's the Sabbath day. So there, you notice, you find in the when you look in the book of Jonah, for instance, one sentence in there tells you that it was hidden. Salvation is of the Lord. But when you get over there and read salvation is of the Jews, you know that's a lie. Huh? You can't. Allah protected his book. Anything, do you know that when the book says he opened it and no man shut it, and he shut it and no man can open it? In order to really mess the book up, you had to be able to open it. But even when you opened it, it was closed. You know, it's just like gold is all through the earth. Find it though. It's a whole different thing trying to find it. All right? Okay. If you find it, it's because he let you find it. You know, even the earth itself is changing. Why you think you can be, you put a street down, and after a while, there don't have to be no trucks or nothing running over it. After a while, you see it crack. You know why it cracked? Because the earth is changing. Stuff is being moved around in it. So you ain't got nothing going that we didn't permit you to do. That's what Allah is showing you. He have power over his creation. In the beginning, God created what? What you think he lost power over what he created? No, sir. You can't. If you don't have power over something, you can't give power over it to somebody else. Let's make man in our image after our likeness and let him have dominion over our creation for a little while. Well, you gonna let him do that? Make mischief and shed blood? Say, yeah, I'm gonna close my eyes to his ignorance for a while. I'm gonna wink at ignorance. You notice the white man, he reminds himself of that. Sometimes he'll be doing something and he'll wink one eye. He reminds himself that God winking at what he's doing. And it don't mean he permanently closing his eyes to it. That's why he told him, you got 6 days to do this. And you want to act a fool and go past that. Well, he told him that the Lord of Lords is coming. That's why he said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. That's the Lord of Lords day. And I can't help you then. You told him, no, I can't. I won't be able to help you if you cross him. You see, I'll tell you what, you just take my word for it, and every one of you, just see what happened when you crossed me. See how much help you got. I'm talking to the people outside of here, as well as in here. If I don't take it off of you, that chastisement will remain on you. I'm the one that have authority to forgive sins. You see, so the reason I have that authority is because I'm the type of person that I just can't stay. I can't hate people. I can only hate what people do. The knowledge that I have won't allow me to hate people any more than you can hate a horse because he carried a bum or carried a. Okay, you can't hate a car just because he carried a robber in it. You know, you couldn't do nothing with the robber. I can. I can take the robber and get rid of him and save the vehicle that he was using. Give it to somebody else to use. Use it myself. So I'm. Now that I have your attention, I can share these things with you. Yes.
Brother Kareem wants to know if you're taking questions today.
If it's about something that I'm talking about.
It's not.
Okay, well, wait until class. This is for our prayer service. So as you grow, I'm not teaching you according to, and I want to say this to you who have questions about things that I'm not talking about. You are missing the things that I am talking about because your mind is on something else. Don't never think you need to tell me what I need to teach you. I know what you need to hear, and I'm giving you what you need to hear in order for you to make it past the destruction of the devil, which all of you have been pawns of even when you didn't know it. You know what the word demon really is? It's the same as the word debone. When you remove the bones out of a thing, you deboned it. Man has been removed out of you. You have been demoned, demanded. And you, until you get a whole mind, you are not man, you are beasts. And I'm in the midst of 4 beasts: black, brown, yellow, and white. And if you don't get this knowledge in you, you're going down. In the fire of wickedness that's in your brain. The light of wickedness, the light of understanding that makes you do things that's not in your best interest. And since your brain is surrounded by bones and it's around water, you know, the throne of knowledge is ever on water. Then if all you got in your brain is what you got from this world, you're going down in that little lake of fire that you got up there. And it ain't nothing you can do to stop yourself. Like a horse that's carrying the wrong rider on him. A rider can have a horse so afraid of him, the horse to ride over the cliff if the rider order him to. He'll commit suicide along with his rider. So I'm warning all of them. It's just like we got a fella that every time. Now, how many times have I told you all I don't like to read? How many times have I told you that? And why you keep texting me instead of talking to me? I know why. Because you think you need to teach me something. I don't need you to teach me nothing. Anything I want to know from you, I'll ask you. And if that offends you, then you better get over it. Blessed is he that's not offended in me. Don't be sending me no bunch of long texts because all I'm doing is erasing them. Now, when it's a little short greeting or something like that, I'll return that. You know, it's a proper place for texts and stuff like that. It's just like a greeting card. Greeting cards are nice. Little birthday wish or little, ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't mind reading that. It don't take but a few minutes. A few seconds, really. But then you writing me a whole page of what? And you got a telephone. I know you got my number because you texted me. So don't be sending me no bunch of these. I know what to do. You just wasting time. Should be in prayer listening. Texting me during prayer service. So, you know, I'm just, the messenger told you not to play with me. I heard him warn you. You're going to hear it again because I'm going to play it on the Theology of Time. And I'm not here to play games with you. The Word of God is not a game. It's salvation from a doomed world. That is, if you believe it. If you don't believe in the Word of God, I can't help you. And so, but look at um, this is what I was telling you. If you put this word in there, out of all of the pages in the Bible, I'm showing you that certain things was hidden in there. Like when you look at the word, but the Lord is the true God. That ain't never one time. Read that 10th verse of Jeremiah. What did I say? The 10th chapter. Look what it said. Before me, there was no God formed. Why you think Jesus? He told the people. He said, "Good master." He said, "Why are you calling me good? There ain't none good but one, and that's God." David backed it up. He said, "For the Lord is good, and his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth to all generations." It's his spirit that's upon us. That's what I told you. You know, it took me some time to accept who I am. The messenger, he was trying his best to tell me who I am. He knew I wasn't accepting it, because I did not understand how I could be God. All my life, I ain't never been taught that God is a man. And I never did buy what they were saying about Jesus. But he told me, he said, accept your own. Open the book. It's yours. Read it. These are your words. Now be yourself. So, look what Jeremiah said. He said, but the Lord is the true God. He is the what? The living God. The messenger said in 74, he said he's a live man. He's a living God. And he chuckled. He was so happy to know that I was waking up. And so, you know, I'm not afraid to talk to the whole world. I don't care what they think. You're mad at me because I'm who I am. If you ask any of them, what did the Son of Man ever do to you? Other than try to save your miserable life. Son of Man warned them, they not going to hear you because they would not hear me. They are most rebellious. Muslim means just the opposite. One who submits. So I say to all of you, you try to humble yourself. That's what prayer and fasting will help you do. Will help you humble yourself. The Holy Quran says you seek Allah's assistance through patience and prayer. And this is hard, except for the humble ones. Yeah. You'll notice the child. I showed you an example last night. I could stand one of these children up here and question him and question him and question him and order him, and he'll never say a word back to me, but just unless he didn't understand what I was asking him to do. He just hears and obeys. You see, you saw me just point to one of them and tell him, and didn't say a word. I just pointed to him and did that. He got up and he moved. They don't fear that I'm going to tell them to do something that's going to hurt them. And they don't think they know better than me. They learn to think that way from looking at you disobeying me. They tell me. Just because I don't say nothing don't mean that. I done had some of them come up and tell me what you was doing. That's Allah's way of testing them to see if they with me. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna slip through. You don't get no free pass just because you a child. There are no free passes into the kingdom of heaven. So you got one leader, teacher, and guide. He's standing here. In this city, you are free from obligation. The begetter and that or he whom he begat. Do that sound like ain't no but one light in this city? You better go back and read. So you just remember, whoever you set up with me ain't got no heaven or no hell for you. And you take it from there. So, people talking about my children. Now, you don't own nobody around here. The earth belongs to me and everybody on it. You say, I don't belong to you. Wait and see. Yeah.
Good morning, son of a man. How are you today?
You can put him on out.
Mom, stop. You gotta go.
There you go. Not in prayer service. I don't want to hear that. You see. So, these are the kind of things that, now. You notice I didn't tell nobody recently when we had prayer service, did I? So how long he had to been following and hanging out like that, like an old dog out there by your gate or whatnot? On the outside or what? You see. So,
The one good thing that he did.
What you say? Well, let him talk. No, that's a different person. What did you say, brother?
No, I just said the one good thing that he did say he recognized you as the son of man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He did do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a dog. Even a dog recognized when he's dealing with somebody that could have some authority.
Yes, sir.
You know, so don't pay that no attention. When you see people like that, you know that the scripture says on the outside are dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Since when do you know of a dog that won't bark for no reason? You ever seen a mute dog? And all he can do is bark. That's all. And so he's a dog. And that's just to show you that even dogs hang around the master's table trying to get some crumbs. Do you understand? You know, I don't mind him hanging around as long as he ain't barking. You know, he can get all the crumbs he wants. Just don't be in here barking and disrupting our meeting. Do you understand? Okay. Right. See, that's the difference in me. My blood pressure ain't up because what he doing. Because I could put a stop to it. All you gotta do is push one button up. And that's the end of that. So what? So I want you to remember that I'm not just up here saying these things. I have them backing me up. I have clouds of witnesses. And Jeremiah, he didn't bite his tongue. He said, but the Lord is the true God. Now you understand why I say let God be true and every other man be a liar. I'm proving that. I call all these people's religions a lie. How many of them say mine ain't no lie? How many came in here and told me their religion is not a lie? Now, when have you ever heard any man stand up and tell everybody that all their religions was a lie and they let him get away with that? Let God be true and every other man be a liar. I open up my meetings. I'm on the air right now. I think that the people hear our press service in Fayette and some of the surrounding area. What? I'm not teaching something that I'm afraid to let people hear. Allah told me to fear not. Be not afraid of them. Go, get thee to the whole house of Israel and speak with my words to them. Whether they hear you or whether they forbear, whether they reject. And be not afraid of their words, nor the looks that they can give you. When he decrees something, he just say be. Now you understand why I'm not afraid. Well, you know, out of all the people on earth, I'm the only one that Allah said that he was going to be the keeper of. He said, I will keep thee. There's not a soul, but over it is a keeper. Well, why did he tell me he was going to keep me? The word was made flesh and dwelt among us. He's a living God. That's what Jeremiah said. That's what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. Allah have taken over my mind, my brain, and he's keeping me. That's right. He and I are one. I and my Father I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. I and my Father are one. So, so I'm just doing what I do, fulfilling this word. So we human beings are living creatures, aren't they? Have you ever known living creatures to follow something that wasn't living? Horses follow horses, don't they? Even wolves, they hang out with other wolves, don't they? Man just cannot follow and bow down to other than man. So it's written that I will dwell among them, and I will be their God, and they will be my people. That's right. So, just have patience. You just keep up prayer, and you keep doing what I told you to do. Don't worry about what other people think about it. Okay? Y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. Do like I told you. You'll be all right. And don't you be envying these people that think they live in large, practicing evil. Yet a little while, and the wicked shall be no more. Thou shalt diligently seek his place, and shalt not find it. The book said, they that feared the Lord spake often one to another, and the Lord hearkened and heard him. And a book of remembrance was written before him for them that feared the Lord and that thought upon his name. And the Lord said, they shall be mine in the day that I make up my jewels. Yeah. And I will spare them as a man spareth his own son that loved him. That's right. Spare them. That's just another way of saying I'll forgive them and overlook any of this dirt that got on them while they was trying to live upright. Yeah, that's right. Because they didn't set up no God beside me. So I'm with you. If you with me, have no doubt, I'm with you. If you love me, rest assured, I love you more. So don't fret yourself. And whoever offends you, it would have been better for them that a millstone was hanged about their neck and they cast into the sea. So don't fret yourself. All these people that misrepresent Islam, Allah sending the devil after them. You think you can fool the devil about being evil? He the master of that. He know when he dealing with some hypocrite. And he deal with you too. That's what we made him for. Thou hast no authority over my servants except such of them who deviate. So he sent a serpent to bite you. That's what's written. So, you don't hear none of these people that run around here talking about what they gonna do to these Islamist terrorists and all of this kind of. Don't nobody call us no Islamic terrorists, and I've told them to stop using that term. Just go on after them crooks. They ain't got nothing to do with Islam. So you stay behind me, and ain't nobody gonna bother you. They get in trouble for just thinking about bothering you, let alone acting on it. Only warning you get is that tightness that come in front of your head. That's your warning. You ignore that? Well, when people see you walking around talking to yourself and doing crazy things, then don't feel sorry for nobody that you see walking around like that. They got that coming. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's stand and have prayer, because I know y'all got stuff to go do. Hot and hot. Original salute. Ready front. Prayer position. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. Allah is the greatest. And I bear witness that I know of none who deserves to be served or worshipped beside thee. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all holy praise is due and be to thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful Master of the day of requital. Thee do we serve, and thee do we beseech for help. O Allah, please continue to guide us and keep us on the right path and way, the straight path and way of thee and those upon whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the crooked paths and ways of Satan and those upon whom thy wrath is or will be brought down, nor the foolish paths and ways of those who go astray or who are led astray, even after they have heard and been given the true understanding of thy holy word and teachings. Truly, I have again turned myself to thee, O Allah, striving to be totally upright, to thee who originated the heavens and the earth, and I am not of the polytheists. Truly my prayers, my sacrifices, my life and my death are all for thee, O Allah, the Lord of the worlds. No associate hast thou, in this am I commanded, and I am of those who submit. O Allah, thou art the King. I know of no God but thee. Thou art my Lord, and I am thy servant. I've been greatly unjust to myself, and I confess my faults and weaknesses. So please grant me and my true followers and family continuous protection against all of our faults and weaknesses. For none grants protection against faults and weaknesses but thee. And guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts. For none can guide us to and instill within us the best of moral character and thoughts but thee. And turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts. For none can turn us away from and remove from us the evil and indecent moral character and thoughts but thee. And O Allah, please keep us in our right minds at all times, and let us not be or turn hypocrites or cowards, and remove from us the evil state of mind and thoughts of devils, and place within us the righteous state of mind and thoughts that are in accord with thy uprightness and truth and righteousness. And O Allah, let no man, woman, or child, or jinn deceive us and cause us to lose our reward, nor our regard with thee. And help us to never set up a partner with thee and make us Muslim. Ameen. Attention. Hut. Original salute. Ready front. You may be seated. There's another prayer that Jeremiah had to say, and I think it would do you well to learn it also. In that this is the 23rd verse of that same chapter. It says, "O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps." You remember Solomon said, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding." You see all these governments that's set up by sinful man. And there ain't no peace in none of them. All over the earth, no peace, nowhere. Even the poor man who comes in here and uses his profane mouth and everything, he's a product of this world. That's what they led the crown of creation to. They took the greatest creation that God himself referred to as his temple, and they filled it, made it a cesspool. That man didn't come here with a crazy mind. He came here with an empty brain, and it was filled by this world. The way of man is to fear God and keep his commandments. And since none of you were literate enough to understand the scriptures, it says, "O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself." It's not in you to be righteous. That's why you're so unhappy. That's why there's no peace. Because people have been following their way. They're hungry for something and don't know what it is they're hungry for. So they go after inventions thinking that that's going to bring them peace. But you wasn't designed to get peace from things that came out of dust. You were designed to fear God and keep his commandments. And that's where you get your peace from. And so it says, "O Lord, correct me, but with judgment." Why? Is it with the Holy Scriptures, with judgment, not in thine anger. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious house, a rebellious people, that walketh in a way that's not good, after their own thoughts, which provoketh me to anger continually to my face. It says, "O Lord, correct me, but with judgment, not in thine anger, lest thou bring me to nothing." You know, now understand now, that's a request. It ain't ordering me to do nothing. So as the messenger said, we not immune to getting angry with you. So don't make us angry to enough to fall on you, because if we fall on you, that's the end of you. That's why I stay out of your way most of the time. I don't want to be angry with anybody, because it's not in your best interest. He even says, pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name. For they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him and consumed him and have made his habitation desolate. Well, that's what happens when you eat poison. Everything like a dog, he'll lick up your vomit. It's like these people who they see these people overseas. I want to tell you something about you that I have observed. You, my people, the ex-slaves of America that produced me. You see that those people over in Arabia, the people in Iraq and Iran, you see that they don't have any peace. Syria, Turkey, and yet you go to them seeking Islam that they have, as though it can do you some good, and you ain't seen it do them no good. They running away from the house that they done built. And then you want to come here when you saw what happened when with what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught many of us, was right in the house with you while he was here, practicing the Islam that he taught us. And you saw unlimited progress with us. You saw us change from some of the worst people to some of the best people. And because you were too trifling to accept it, you wanted to destroy us. It's like that little fella said, that Allah is here and he's given us one more chance. The messenger said that this one, he has learned that he can remove Satan at once, but he's offering us a chance. I warn you to accept it and glorify him. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying in every way that I can to show you that I'm on your side. I'm here to do good for you. Put your resources in my hands so that I can do good for you. I'm not going to beg you. You know, I got some of you who are with me. Every resource you have, you gives it to me. And I know that. Just because you don't hear me calling out no names don't mean, because I know us, we get jealous, envious. I don't want you to put resources in my hands because you envying what somebody else doing. That's not from your heart. That's from your envy. I know what true love is. doing something just to be seen. No. Allah loves those who fear and love him in secret. Yeah. That's what the prophets taught you. They didn't lie. So let us do what's in our hearts. If it ain't from your heart, it's just like Cain. He wasn't doing it to be seen because it ain't acceptable knowing. You think you giving me something? That's because you ain't been paying attention what I've been doing with what you gave me. Otherwise, you know you just giving to yourself when you gave to me. You gave me nothing. You ask any of these brothers that have been with me from the beginning, did I ever ask them to give me anything? You one with the keys to all of these things that I went in there and put up for you and gave you the key. And you don't even see me come in there trying to stick my hand in the till or nothing else. If you ain't got sense enough to help me to keep doing for you, well, that's your fault. It ain't mine. Talking about you doing away with the N-word. No, you haven't. The N-word is alive and well in your deeds and your actions. You still hate black. So, and you can't claim that I'm niggardly because you see me giving you everything that I can give you. Ain't nothing too good for you as far as I'm concerned. Go ahead. Keep on. And as I said, they hated me without a cause. Yeah. Hated me for saying I'm the Lord, and I am the Lord. Hate me for introducing myself. Okay. All right. That's why everybody that's with me, that's really with me, you are precious to me. Yeah. That's right. Don't never doubt that. So, let's go ahead and build our little nation and take over the earth. Allah that's what he's giving you. He's giving you the whole earth, and then he's going to give you the universe. I like the way Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson put it. He said, the earth is the beach. I bear witness. We're going to take off sailing into our universe, and the earth is our beach. And we're going to take off from it. Yes, I like that. So, let us, let's prepare ourselves by washing and being clean. Every time I'm teaching, you be in class. If somebody else got something else to do, tell them, you go and do that. I got to get in class. Now, some of you, I know that you have, in order to help me, you are trying to certify for certain things. And when I excuse you for a limited time, then you are excused. You know, but other than that, um, remember now, I'm not here to beg you. If you think I'm gonna be walking around here acting like a police, you got a whole lot of other things coming. You don't have to beg people to do that which they love. You know, if you happy to see me, I'm happy to see you. If you unhappy to see me, I'm unhappy to see you. They told you about me. Ain't my fault if you didn't pay them no attention. It's your fault. You should have listened to the prophets. Instead of trying to get up there with your envy and jealousy and call yourself judging them. How in the world are you going to judge my servants? They were told to aid me. They weren't told to aid you. So how you going to get up and explain Jesus's words as though you can judge what he meant by what he said and all of that? It wasn't your words that he was speaking. It was mine. If they weren't my words, I wouldn't have been told to eat them up and speak with them. If you got a plate of food and you eat it up, then it must have been yours. Huh? And you tell people, look, that's my food. Leave my food alone. Is that right? The Holy Bible and the Holy Quran are mine. Leave them alone. And I've invited you when it's time to eat. I've invited you to my supper. And whatever I decide to teach on and to feed you, be satisfied with that. Am I clear?
Yes.
All right. But it's not in you to know what you need to be taught. How many of you all went to school at all? I mean, from kindergarten up, did you go in there telling them what you needed to know? Or did they have the plan of what they wanted to teach you? Well, then you better take a lesson and quit coming in here thinking that you need to tell me what I need to teach. Okay, so let me let you go unless you have a question on something I've said. But any question? That comes under what I just said comes under you seek Allah's knowledge, his assistance. Through what? You wait on him. Don't try to run ahead and tell him what he needs to tell you. Allah told me don't even ponder over what I will say when I come before the kings of the earth and the people of the earth. He said, it will be given to you in that self same hour what you shall speak. Do that sound like I need you to tell me what to speak? All right, then. Then wait on me, and you'll be all right. Do you not see I'm all right? Well, then it's safe to say if you stick with me, you'll be all right. And quit thinking that you understand something that I don't. That's what's got the devil in trouble now. Wouldn't give Allah credit for what he got from Allah. You gonna inform Allah of what he did not know? No, you're deceiving yourself. I only gave you one understanding of what these things mean. There are many levels of understanding. Now, just like Lake of Fire, you just got another understanding of that today. So don't call yourself trying to second guess me. As the messenger said, you got to trust somebody. You was told to trust in the Lord. And don't lean to your own understanding. All right. Ain't my fault if you don't obey. It's your fault. Do you understand? Okay. So, no questions. Then you got plenty of time to go do what you think you need to do. So, I'm going to sit down and contemplate. What they call it, meditating. Hey, you notice the word medicine and meditate have the same prefix. The meditation is what it takes to help heal the mind. When you think over the knowledge of understanding that you are given, when you meditate on that, then it has a chance to sink in and help heal the thoughts. What is the nature of healing? What comes into your mind when you were sick and you said, well, it's healing? What do you mean it's healing? It's getting better. Yeah. If you want your thoughts to get better, you have to meditate on the healing. That's what the scriptures are. They are for healing. You see? Just like if you want to get better and you've been eating pig, you got to stop eating pig and you got to start eating something that's better for you and not keep on eating the poison. And you will start getting better. Likewise, don't let people use your mind for cesspool or garbage dump. When people bring you something that ain't got nothing to do with righteousness, tell them, hey, look, I don't want to hear that. I got enough problems. Don't you think you got enough problems? I don't need yours too. Tell them that. You take that to the Son of Man. The book said, take your burden to who? Take your burden to the Lord. That's what that song say, and leave it there. I was built and made to handle your burden. So you bring it to me and I will show you how to deal with it. If you foolish enough to let somebody turn you into their burden bearer, well, that's you. But know this, once they drop it on you, you don't have the solution to it, so now it's your burden. You can't say it's theirs now, because you let them put it on you. Like a disease. Wickedness is the most contagious disease on the earth. Wickedness. And if you open yourself up for it, well, every time you open your ears to foolishness, you're inviting that disease into you. And it will come. The devil, he can't come in unless you let him. people don't come up to me talking foolishness. I don't care. I go wherever, wherever I go. Don't nobody come up to me talking foolishness. Because they know I'm not going to hear that. Can't say I invited it because all I did was say, how you doing? And then I'm moving on. But when you talk foolishness, people see that, oh, you like me. Then they drop you some more foolishness and you just get worse and means your wax worse and worse. Deceiving and being deceived. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's up to you to put some locks on your spiritual doors and don't just let anything come in there. Okay. And stop trying to monitor other people and monitor yourself. When you start monitoring yourself, you'll be able to monitor who comes in contact with you. You'll be able to say, hey, you got your people mixed up here. I don't want to hear that. Huh? So now you take that somewhere else. No, I'm trying my best to become that which Allah is pleased with instead of angry with. And I would suggest you do the same. But either way, here's a card. You sit in and listen to the meeting if you want to. If you don't, well, that's on you. Well, what about so-and-so? I don't do no teaching. Just tell them, I don't do no teaching. The Son of Man forbid us to try to teach anybody. Just like this government forbids people who haven't been to med school to be practicing medicine. So you understand that, right? Yeah. Allah didn't raise me to teach nobody. So I'm not out here teaching. I was told to invite people to be taught. So here you go. And that's that. Okay? All right. That's why you can walk around and be at peace. When people have no reason to bother you, they don't. And I guarantee you, if someone bothers you for no reason, it's not going to frighten you, it's going to anger you. And they know the difference in fright and anger. So don't make us come out of a bag on you. You see, that's one of the reasons why we grew up in this world. We learned the ways of this world. And then we temper those ways that we learned with righteousness. So ain't no coward Muslims. So you keep your hands to yourself. If you walking past somebody and they got some insults, you keep walking. As long as they don't put their hands on you. Am I clear? Allah won't let them go too long with them insults either. Yeah. So we ain't gonna start nothing. And we had an old saying when I was growing up. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. We mind our own business. We don't go where we not wanted. So you got no reason to be hating on us. If you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. But our sisters gonna walk the street safe. Our brothers gonna walk the street safe. Our children gonna be on the street safe. Why? Because we love them. Now know this. We love each other. Leave us alone. All right. May Allah bless you all and keep you safe and grant you the peace that passeth all understanding. May Allah's salam alaikum.